Hello and welcome to another Big Orbit Games unboxing video. I'm Chris and today we are looking at X-Wing 2.0 Slave 1 expansion pack. So first off, I do like the new packaging. It looks very nice. And I probably should have cut that before I started recording, but oh well, let's do that now. Just so I can get in without destroying it too much. So the miniature is strangely separate to the rest of it. I still haven't figured out exactly how you get into it without just cutting it open. So I'm just going to cut it open. And apologise for the noise on camera if this is picking it up as much as I think it probably is. Wow, that does not want to come out. So they've gone from the old packaging of not really being able to get into the packaging to the new packaging of not really being able to get into the packaging. But there's a ship. So let's take a look at the wonderful fire spray to begin with. So the one thing I have noticed while pairing one of these up against one that I already own is that the colour is a little bit darker. It looks like they finally learned how to use washers before they kind of seal the paint on. So they just appear a little bit darker. So like these like little yellowy orange bits on the fins there, on my version they are very, very pale, whereas these are a little bit darker. And the red is much deeper as well. And then you've got like the obviously cool green stuff as well. And the cockpit is very shiny. So yeah, the paint job is actually very nice on these now. Not that it wasn't before, but I think it's better. So at the component list, everything that comes in the set, and a couple of new rules. So with devices, seismic charges and proximity mines, just how they work in the game now, as opposed to the 1.0 rules. Got a medium flight stand, because Slave 1 is now a medium ship. So let's just drop all of that because I can't really see around the camera. Which way is that going? That way and that way. I'm apparently incapable of putting a peg in. Okay, there it goes. And there we have our assembled fire spray. Actually looks much better on a medium base, to be honest. It kind of fits the size better. And then we've got a connector peg as well. And then to the other stuff, the good stuff. The bit that lets you play the game. So got our pilots and upgrades. Upgrades are now the same size as the pilot cards because, you know, we had all that space on the tables before, and FFG were like, no, you don't need that space. So proximity mines and charges and the shield tokens are now square because why not? And you also flip them and they're double-sided. So once you've lost a shield, you flip it over to a red side. If you ever gain that shield back, you can flip it back over to the blue side. Then we've got our ship tokens and maneuver dial. I love the new Scum maneuver dial, it looks very nice. You also got charge counters and a reinforced token. So charge counters, again double-sided, you flip them over when you've used it and you can get them back through various means. The dial itself, I think it's changed a little bit from what I remember. So you got the blue ones, like the gentle one and the forward one. Everything that was green is now blue. Straight 2 is blue and straight 3 is blue. And then you got white maneuvers on all of the 2s and the remaining ones and the gentle 3. And yeah, you have a Talon and a K, and a straight 4. So overall, fairly basic, I would say, even. Nothing too fancy, but still pretty good. And then we've got our upgrade cards. So, yeah, let's just have a look through these. 5 pilot skill, Boba Fett, the notorious bounty hunter. While you defend or perform an attack, you may reroll one of your dice for each enemy ship at range 0 to 1. It's quite nice effect, really. You know, get up close and personal, and you can use a red reinforce so that you don't take as much damage by being up close and personal. And yeah, I mean, the ship's fairly manoeuvrable, so you can get into those sort of positions outside of firing arcs. You've got a boost on there as well, and target lock and focus. 3 dice out the front, 3 dice out the back, 6 hull, 4 shields, 2 defense. It's pretty solid ship overall. And yeah, if you're rerolling defense or attacks for each ship at 0 to 1, that's always good. Rerolls are always good. Then you got Imon Azamin, the shipping magnate. So if you drop a device using a 1 straight template, you can use either the 3 turn or 3 straight templates instead. I do like that. It's kind of fun. You can set up for positions that your opponent doesn't necessarily expect, especially if you've just got, like, you know, you've just put the bombs on for the sake of it, and then suddenly, like, it wins you the game because of how you can place it. It's kind of cool. You know, Cath Scarlet, 4 pilot skill. While you perform a primary attack, if there is at least one friendly non-limited ship at range 0 of the defender, roll 1 additional attack die. So tackle the defender with one of your smaller ships and shoot it, and yeah, get an additional dice. It's fairly good. You got Koshka Frost, 3 pilot skill. While you defend or perform an attack, if the enemy ship is stressed, you may reroll one of your dice. Good in a list where you're pumping out stress onto your opponent's ships, which goes without saying, really. Or if your opponent is using a lot of like these red actions, for instance, and they're already naturally stressed, it's just solid. You got Krasis Trellix, the Imperial Deserter. So also 3 pilot skill. You can perform front arc special attacks from your rear arc. And while you perform a special attack, you may reroll 1 attack die. That's pretty cool. So you can tool your fire spray up and shoot all your good stuff out the back as well. And then you got Bounty Hunter, which is your generic pilot. So you got examples for like quick play of these. Will all be in the app as well. So if you just, you know, if you just want a quick play and be like, oh, here's a pre-built character, so you don't have to put any thought into your lists. Maybe you just want a quick game, you can just use these. And then onto our upgrades, we've got Lone Wolf, the traditional card that comes with the fire spray. So it comes with a charge counter on it, and you gain 1 at the end of each turn. So while you defend or perform an attack, if there are no other friendly ships at range 0 to 2, you may spend a charge counter to reroll 1 of your dice. That's quite nice. Even if you're just flying like a 2-ship list, like 2 big ships, well, a medium and a large now, I would say, because fire spray is medium. So, you know, you're not always going to be within range 2 of your other ship. So yeah, the ability to reroll some dice, always good. And the fact that you get the charge counter back anyway, it's excellent. You got Heavy Laser Cannon. So as an attack, after the modify attack dice step, change your crit hit results to hit results. But you get 4 dice, and it's out of your bullseye arc. So rather than your primary arc, so instead of your primary arc, you've got your bullseye arc here down the middle. So these 2 lines here. And 4 dice, so range 2 to 3 is just solid. You don't really mind if you're getting rid of crits to hits. Concussion missiles, so spend a target lock, and then you can spend 1 charge counter after this attack hits. Each ship at range 0 to 1 of the defender exposes one of its damage cards. That's pretty solid. So if they've already taken damage, they flip them over. It's quite nice. You got Boba Fett. I love this card. I want to fly it on everything that has crew slots. Setup, start in reserve, and then at the end of setup, place yourself at range 0 of an obstacle and beyond range 3 of an enemy ship. Any enemy ship. So basically, your opponent deploys, you see exactly where they're deploying, and then suddenly you pop up next to an asteroid. It's great. Then you got Perceptive Copilot. After you perform a focus action, gain a focus token. It's very good. You got Tail Gunner, or Veteran Tail Gunner. You can only play if you've got a primary arc, rear arc. After you perform a primary front arc attack, you may perform a bonus primary rear arc attack. Very good upgrade. You got Inertial Dampeners, so you can spend a shield to execute a white full stop maneuver instead of the maneuver you revealed, and then gain a stress token. Proximity mines. Actually, the wording on that is actually, because it's a white full stop and then gain a stress, that's quite cool. Yeah, it's just the wording. It's different to how it used to be, which was just perform a red full stop. So proximity mines, 2 charge counters. It's a mine. During the system phase, you may spend a charge counter to drop a proximity mine using the 1 template. This card's charges cannot be recovered. You got seismic charges, which is a bomb, also 2 charges on it. During the system phase, spend a charge to drop a seismic charge, again with the forward template. Then you got the title of Andrasta, which adds a bomb slot. And Marauder, so while you perform a primary rear arc attack, you may reroll 1 attack die. And it also adds a gunner slot. So, very useful upgrade. In fact, that is the upgrade that allows you to have Boba Fett as the pilot and then Han as the gunner, which is kind of cool. Then you got Slave 1, which after you reveal a turn or a bank, you may gain 1 stress token. If you do, set your dial to the maneuver of the same speed and bearing of the other direction, and also add the torpedo slot. So, yeah, not bad. Overall, this really good set. I think the pilots are excellent. The upgrades are just useful to have as well. And you get pretty much all of them, I think, if not all of them. I think you don't get Slave 1, and you do get Andrasta and you do get Marauder. I think you don't get Slave 1 in the conversion kit. But the others you do get. So it is still useful to buy the set. Or you could just buy the singles, which you can find on our website, which is bigorbitcards.co.uk. And you can buy and sell any of the components you've seen in this video on the site. So stay tuned for more 2.0 unboxing videos. I've so far been very impressed with what I've opened, and I do love the Slave 1 Mini, and I will be flying it soon. So yeah, stay tuned for more videos, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.